I'm going to make my section very brief here as I talk about Jeremiah 28 to 30, and that'll be followed by a very informative, dramatic, and just a really great AI-generated presentation, which I invite you to stay tuned for. But it occurs to me that most people are familiar with the quote from the Lord about how He has plans to prosper us, not to penalize us, not to punish us. And this has to do with when the Israelis were in Babylon. They were exiled. And the Lord is telling the people that are in exile, this is not your land, but build a life. Build a life anyway. Well, you know what? This is not our world. We have a higher world that calls to us. And that is where our destiny lies. And we will meet on that far celestial shore someday. In the meantime, the Lord also answers the question towards the end of this section as to whether or not men can have babies. So it's a very thorough and thought-provoking section of the Bible, as are they all, every single one of them. And there's a lot of information about to follow, and I hope that you enjoy the presentation. Thank you very much.
The book of Jeremiah paints a vivid picture of a nation on the brink of collapse. The once thriving cities now lie in ruins, their walls crumbling and their streets desolate. The air is thick with a sense of impending doom. God's chosen people, the Israelites, have turned away from Him, embracing idolatry and wickedness. They worship false gods, bowing before golden calves and ancient statues, forsaking the covenant that once bound them to the Almighty. Jeremiah, a prophet of deep conviction, is called upon to deliver God's message, a message of impending judgment and a call to repentance. He stands before the people, a lone voice in the wilderness, holding a scroll that contains the words of the Lord. Chapters 28 to 30 offer a particularly poignant glimpse into this tumultuous period, highlighting themes of truth, deception, despair, and ultimately, hope. The words on the parchment reveal the struggles of a nation caught between faith and folly. These chapters unfold against a backdrop of political intrigue and spiritual turmoil. In the courts of kings and the streets of the common folk, debates rage and alliances shift as the people grapple with their uncertain future. The Babylonians, an emerging world power, are casting a long shadow over Judah, threatening their very existence. Their soldiers march with relentless precision, and their empire expands, swallowing up nations in its path. In this context, Jeremiah's pronouncements carry a weight that extends far beyond his time, offering timeless lessons for those seeking to navigate the complexities of faith and life in a broken world. His words resonate through the ages, reminding us of the consequences of turning away from righteousness and the enduring hope found in repentance and faith. Jeremiah 28 introduces us to Hananiah, a false prophet who proclaims a message of peace and security, directly contradicting Jeremiah's warnings of impending exile. Hananiah's message is seductive in its simplicity, a promise of comfort and ease, a denial of the difficult truth spoken by Jeremiah. This encounter lays bare a crucial spiritual battle, the struggle to discern truth amidst a cacophony of voices vying for our attention. The temptation to embrace comforting lies, to choose the path of least resistance, is a perennial human struggle. Hananiah's pronouncements, though ultimately revealed as false, serve as a stark reminder of the ever-present danger of spiritual deception. Jeremiah's response to Hananiah is striking in its symbolism. In the midst of a bustling marketplace where the air is thick with anticipation and tension, Jeremiah's actions speak louder than words. He appears before the people wearing a yoke, a heavy wooden yoke that digs into his shoulders, a stark and painful reminder of the burden that is to come. This yoke is not just a prop, it is a physical representation of the coming Babylonian captivity, a future that is as heavy and unavoidable as the yoke itself. This powerful image underscores the weight of truth, the inescapable reality that the people must face. The yoke symbolizes the undeniable consequences of rejecting God's call to repentance. The people, seeing Jeremiah's struggle, are forced to confront their own despair and regret. The stormy sky above mirrors the turmoil within their hearts. Hananiah, in a theatrical display, breaks Jeremiah's yoke, proclaiming liberation from Babylon's oppression. The crowd reacts with a mix of hope and skepticism, their emotions as volatile as the scene before them. This act, while seemingly triumphant, highlights the fleeting allure of false hope. The crowd's cheers are loud but short-lived, a momentary escape from the harsh reality. The broken yoke, rather than signifying freedom, foreshadows the even greater burden that awaits those who cling to deception. The ominous clouds gather, a sign of the impending storm. Jeremiah's message is clear. True freedom lies not in denying reality, but in embracing the yoke of God's truth, even when it is difficult. The path may be challenging, but it leads to a sunrise of hope and redemption. Amidst the pronouncements of judgment and the looming threat of exile, a glimmer of hope emerges in Jeremiah 29. This chapter stands out as a beacon of light in a time of darkness, offering a message that transcends the immediate circumstances of the exiles. This chapter contains a letter penned by Jeremiah to the exiles in Babylon, offering words of comfort and a promise of restoration. Jeremiah's letter is not just a historical document, it is a timeless message of resilience and faith. Jeremiah's message to the exiles is both practical and profound. He provides them with guidance on how to live in a foreign land, encouraging them to find purpose and meaning even in their displacement. He urges them to build homes, plant gardens, and seek the welfare of the city where they have been taken captive. This advice is not merely about survival, it is about thriving and contributing positively to their new environment. This call to action underscores a crucial truth. Even in the midst of suffering and displacement, hope can flourish. It is a reminder that life can continue to grow and blossom, even in the most unexpected places. God's faithfulness, Jeremiah reminds them, is not contingent on their circumstances. It is an unwavering anchor in the storm. This enduring faithfulness provides a foundation upon which the exiles can rebuild their lives, no matter how dire their situation may seem.